Oh my word, it's Monday Night Starbow number 8. In the top right corner on match point, playing orange, your Zerg player, it's Malek!
At the bottom left, playing as the blue Terran, we have Kireak, who, if I'm not mistaken, went pretty far in the last DE tournament. I think, didn't he make the semis?
You know, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm really not sure. Anyway, welcome once again to Monday Night Starbow number 8, another one of our DE noob tournaments. In this tournament, we only have 4 players, so these series are going to be best of 5s. Everybody's made the semifinals. Congratulations to everybody! Great job. So we'll be opening up on match point for our semifinals. This is going to be a TVZ. And, yeah, here we go. We're a little bit thrown off because we are starting about 20 minutes late because Battle.net repeatedly kicked all of us off of the internet, or off of Battle.net. And then we loaded for what seemed like however long Catholics spend in purgatory before the game actually loaded. So,
in Blizzard's defense, this expansion's actually pretty good. I played on my friend's account briefly, and it's really good. They did a great job. And that's not me being a Blizzard fanboy or anything, but that's true.
I actually have like almost 0 experience with MMOs. Okay, we see Malek going for the hatch first, then pool, then gas. So, going for the really economical build. In the meantime, Kireak just getting that 1 barracks and gas. See where he goes from there. We should start seeing a little bit of differentiation from him here relatively soon. This is on the new patch, so you might see this orbital coming up kind of late and be like, hey, why is that orbital so late? That's because that orbital took 50 gas. We had a new patch come out for Starbow yesterday. A lot of the players are pretty familiar with the new patch, though, because a lot of the changes were on the test map until just recently. So you're going to see a few things a little bit different, and when we notice them, we will make sure to point those things out to you. If you are interested in the patch notes from that most recent patch, you can go to the starbowmod.com forums and read up on them there.
Yeah, and as for, you know, the game that's going on right now, the placement of that factory from the Terran player definitely says probably Banshee, and after he lifts that off, he'll probably follow up with some, you know, vultures, and then eventually an expansion. But he's definitely going to try to be aggressive with this.
Do you just mean how early he built that factory, or do you mean where it is? You said the placement of that factory.
Yeah, where the placement is, because...
Okay. Gives him space to maneuver things?
Yeah, yeah.
We see Malek throwing down his macro hatch, forming up a wall here. Just, you know, wants to prevent any sort of vulture run-bys or anything crazy from going on, if he can.
Yeah, and a spine crawler as well, just in case.
Yep. Never a bad idea to be safe.
Yeah.
We do see a starport coming down.
There's a starport going down.
What a good call. Look at that.
It's almost as if I play this matchup.
The metagame pro. Layer about a little more than halfway done for Malek. So we should start seeing what direction Malek wants to be moving in here relatively quickly. Just staying on 2 base for now, but does have that macro hatchery. It'll be interesting to see if we do see him going. Generally, most Zerg players are going to go either Mutalisk or Lurker. Off of 2 bases. Really, just in general, you're going to be seeing him mostly going Mutalisk or Lurker. Just 2 really important units for Zerg in the mid game. If you want to get any sort of map control or be defensive or expand.
Yeah, there's a Spire. I was definitely expecting Mutas because he does see the starport and no expansion, so that kind of says, you know, what are Lurkers really going to do?
Under attack.
And
yeah, that's a pretty good call. So
you know.
We do have Vikings on the way, though.
Yeah, and Vikings with good micro can easily hold off a decent number of mutas, along with these 10 Marines.
Yeah, no medics on the way though yet, and he does not have a tech lab for that barracks yet. So, I don't know if he's just building those initial Marines just to be safe in the beginning of the game, or if he's going to be adding on medics later. Kind of getting a little bit of everything: Viking, tank, and Marine. So, might be looking to go that kind of Marine tank with the Viking support.
Yeah, I kind of like this build. It'll be interesting to see, you know, if he just is over preparing for an expansion, or if he wants to, you know, do some sort of push with this.
It checks and sees that the Zerg doesn't have a third base right now, but in the meantime, our Terran player doesn't have a natural, and is making no plans to take one at this point either. So I'm interested to see if he's just going to try to make some sort of strong one-base push here. Maybe once he gets up to 4 Vikings or so. What is the magic number for Vikings? Is it 4 or 5? It's somewhere around there. There's a certain critical mass that you get to, and they start to really handle Mutalisks really well.
Yeah, we do also have Scourge, so depending on, you know, the how well the Zerg controls his Scourge, really will determine how this fight goes.
Yeah. We do have 7 Mutas on the field as well as 6 Scourge here for Malek. See how he wants to engage here.
Just kind of posturing.
In the meantime, also taking that third in the bottom right corner behind this. Do have the Viking fleet kind of just going out on their own here.
And we do see the Lurker follow up, of course. But I'm curious. We do see an expansion eventually going to come down from our Terran, but I'm curious to see if he's going to transition into bio or mech.
Yeah, and this could be really unfortunate for him, having his Vikings so far away from home when these units come in here. And so they're going to get into the mineral line here, see how many SCVs they can pick off. SCV is not being pulled yet by Kireak, so Malek is just going to town right now. He's got up to 12 killed already, and the number of SCVs is plummeting.
Vikings are just chilling at the mineral only of our Zerg player.
Yeah, and these Marines do not have medics, and they also do not have stim. So the medics are the Vikings are gonna fly around, and I'm not sure what he's gonna do with them right now. SCV count is down to 5, and so he's just gonna go ahead and land up in the main line, just see if he can't try to trade damage away. These Zerglings are gonna get on top of him though, but they're not really attacking. Okay, there we go. Now they're starting to attack.
Good old move command. We've all done that before.
Yep, so he loses almost all the Vikings. He only has 1 left. He's down to 1 SCV. So, Kireak not in a good position here.
Not at all. This is painful to watch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Pretty brutal. He does have another Viking over here. I don't know if he knows about that one. He's got 1 Goliath out. There's a Viking, and it's going to immediately go down without doing much damage at all. Yeah, and there is such a Scourge fleet here anyway.
Yeah, I think that might be too many Scourge, actually. I mean, that guarantees that Vikings are not going to do any damage at all, ever.
Yeah.
But,
he can honestly just plant them over this starport and just leave them sit there. And he's going to do that exact thing with 2 of them here.
Yeah, this looks kind of bleak for our Terran player. A little bit disappointing. If he just brought the Vikings back.
Yeah, if he would have brought them back, he might have been able to hold that. But yeah, they were off doing whatever they wanted to. All right, Malek takes game.